finishes here on ICEBOX. We already saw Team Liquid with Look previously. Fennel were dancing around them with those Omen teleports. I think mid-pressure was sort of the name of the game that Fennel used to break open Team Liquid. So eyes on Shopify Rebellion later on in this game. Will it be Benita finding alert timings? Will it be Flowerful, who is so good back on Bind finding those? But for now, 5 players committing over towards this B site.
It's just a classic B hit for Shopify. Clear space towards back yellow, use that dart, but this time they are slowed off. That's utility from DRN to support the player back yellow. And actually, but an interesting wall here as well.
Yeah, the anti-plant wall there for DRN. Actually a little bit deeper than a lot of Sages will do. Sometimes they'll just put it right on the edge, but that stops them from scaling the right side of yellow entirely.
You sometimes see a similar idea with a Viper Orb put there to smoke off, give it a little bit more freedom to your player back yellow, particularly once Shopify's utility has been drained. Now that pressure is on, Maxi has to hold this space, has the support of 2 players by her, but Lori effective on that right click. Sonder will claim one as well, and now Shopify might actually just look to reset a little bit here. No, just waiting to break on that wall. And
what a weird wall!
Here.
Well, I think it leaves her shoulder exposed, so Flowerful has to fight out back yellow while the plant goes down. After that, it's kind of a funky little wall. Bastarda finds an opening kill. Daiki gets another one. He is right up close and personal on yellow.
How is she alive? Does not get traded on that kill. Lori needs to hold another right click out of her. The shot's connecting, but Bastarda, can she do it? 3 kills already. A 1 versus 1! And somehow she does it! They just make him different in Chile!
Bastarda has those pop-off rounds. It's either 0 kills or it's 4. You know, sometimes she is just such a huge pop-off player in those critical moments. And already back on that KO here on ICEBOX, putting on a show here against Shopify Rebellion.
Team Liquid is Berlin's most wanted. How many rounds can they steal away?
Unreal. I mean, that is now 5 rounds won in a row since the Seeker incident. They have now just absolutely spun it upside down here against Shopify Rebellion. Shopify, they got the plant off similar to Fracture second half. They are going for a force. Double Spectres, double Sheriffs, and the element of surprise.
You see this sometimes when it's a really close map to and goes to Decider, where teams just flow with that energy all the way through, where you see the absurd plays starting early, the risky decisions starting early as well.
I was wondering, would there be a lurk attempt through mid, right, when you go for this type of a force? Instead, actually slow playing it a little bit. Again, 1 minute and 10 seconds, that's when Team Liquid get bored and go for the push. We almost saw DRN overextend for that one. That won't be the call. Instead, falling back is noted. The position revealed. Backside of Maze.
And you talked about these lurks from Benita.
There it is.
Already working her space up tube.
Yeah, the drone in mid. Whoa, did that see her? I think it did. Goes back for a second attempt. We'll be able to break the trip, but now there we go. Naxi just taken down. Benita wins the 1 versus 1 with the Sheriff. And this could be big problems for TL.
Oh, but Natty One is here. This position has been good for her before. That Marshall in hand. Remember, Fracture. It's Bastarda, though, too. In mid, shuts down the lurk. Daiki only has a ghost. Makes it work, though. Headhunter, not able to find that same effect. 2v2.
2v2, no wall. C4 sends them back.
She's so close.
Here we go. She comes around. It's a 4K and a 3K back-to-back.
Bastarda does not stop. She's the one who stole the game away. She's the one who committed the Seekers incident, and now starting on ICEBOX, she's gotten both rounds for Team Liquid as well.
Oh no, she's just ready to shut it all down. That is a no command in round 3 here. Not even necessary to use, like, Shopify, they forced. This was a true force from them. And it came down to a 2 versus 2. That lurk in mid, again, a possible problem for TL. We keep having to go back to, but it does not matter when Bastarda is going to have those pop-off rounds.
And SR can only muster together pistols for this round.
It seemed like a completely different story, right? And I don't know if it's Benita sort of bringing some of that LAN experience to the team, combined with KP, and also just the other players in the team finding the frags as, well, KP not going to be a factor in this round, but I think it really has been a different Shopify Rebellion, and it's been a real treat to watch.
Interesting. In this round, 2 players actually taking that space in mid, lurking up a little bit, and look at that, Bastarda yelling, keeping the crowd's energy up with the team.
I just love that we can hear her through it all. Every single time kills come through, you absolutely know, they are getting pumped, they're getting excited. And that is going to be a prime gaming flawless. Bastarda's up to 10 kills in 3 rounds, Mimi.
You don't see that every day.
No, that is not normally.
No, absolutely it is not. I mean, Bastarda's story is so cool as a player, right? Coming over to play on this Team Liquid Brazil roster, the only non-Brazilian player on the team. She's Chilean. And there's oftentimes kind of a rivalry between LATAM and Brazil, particularly in esports. But she's really been able to bridge that gap. The people back home who support TL, the Brazilian fans, love her too. She's done a very good job at that and just integrating into this team and obviously putting up these excellent performances.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's both out of server and in-game. She is just the full package for the team. I mean, can she just continue to do it here for Team Liquid? Has now 7 rounds won in a row. Potential, this is now the real bonus, although with 2 rifles and a bulldog in play. Not the same thing as Benita finds the pick on an Natchi1, got a little ambitious pushing down Garage. Shopify Rebellion do not have to overcommit yet, although as I say that, the Viper Wall was sent into the A site, which makes things a whole lot more difficult here if they want to pull off to B.
Yeah, with that Sage Wall being invested early, though, they can just wait that out. When you're playing Sage on this map as a defender, and actually most maps as a defender on Sage, it's kind of playing that gamble of knowing, are they actually going to commit now? Are they not going to commit? When is it safe to pop down that wall? Because popping it right at 40 seconds would be optimal, because they're never going to be able to get through it without breaking. But here, it's thrown early, and now Shopify waits it out. Has a pretty free execute onto this site. TL will try and contest a tad, but Daiki's just receiving damage and not really able to return with much more. It's fast on this retake. Bastarda has popped her ultimate into this one. Lori alone in this corner as well. It can be pretty tough to trade her out, and she will fall, but Saundra up top. Shopify stays entrenched, and you're right, the lurk from all the way behind leaves it just to Daiki, who's already wounded and trapped in this corner. Benita, 3 on the lurk.
Look at that big lurk coming out of Benita. Late reflank from her. She actually hadn't even committed into mid early on, just found the pick, sort of was hanging out. Could have played lineups if she wanted, but no. Decided to go in, commit for the kills, get the job done, and would you look at that? First round Shopify win, Bastarda gets 0 kills. Able to shut her down.
That's kind of the style of Bastarda, though. She really is the make-or-break player of this team. She'll have the rounds where she goes in, goes crazy, gets that 3K. She also does have those rounds where she just dies. It's part of that like inherently risky play style.
She is just a snowball. You know, if it gets started, it will not stop. She will just continue to move on forward. DRN actually taking a bit of a forward position there, considering looking for a fight, but that's the other thing, going back to sort of the Sage Wall conversation, is committing the early Sage Walls too doesn't really give you the ability to sort of play that retake, sort of throw the wall up, get at least a half stick, punish players for playing off site. But I think the way Shopify like to play a lot of these sites, especially A, is commit players forward on the site. Don't play, you know, the cringe lineups from a mile away. Instead, get on, hold your ground.
And you can see that in their style. They'll commit things like this KO Molly, sometimes a Viper Molly on these executes. They're more focused on getting in early and getting those advantages, which in this round, Lori owns a snappy shot from her, but the trade's good. Daiki swings from heaven. Naxi coming back around too in this Viper's pit, though. The
flank is big. The flank is so big, but KP is aware and shuts it down. Now can regroup with the team. Also has double shock darts to play that lineup game. She's all the way back towards Belt.
3 versus 3. Bastarda up top, trying to make Mission Impossible a reality. And Naxi trying to hold, but shut down. Daiki on this top box, far away. The spike is halved. The Viper is low, but the timer is ticking. And she just has no way in, no gifts being given. And at this point, she might just want to fall back. She's hoping maybe they'll give her an entryway, crack that door open, but it's not going to happen.
Daiki has to retreat. Shopify Rebellion secure themselves another round. Really nicely done. Aware of the flank. Benita loses her life on the way out, but her pit was critical for them holding that position on site. Again, these A-site hits are not going to be plant with a short Sage Wall and fall back. They fought through their own Sage Wall, right? It got broken, and I feel like DRN felt almost betrayed by her team. I think it was Daiki breaking the wall from up on rafters. The opening comes up, and then immediately Lori was pushing through.
Credit to Benita in this round yet again. She's really awoken in this third map. 3 kills on the lurk. Previous in this round, getting a very pivotal kill and then holding her space in the pit, staying alive long enough for Shopify to just win that round off time.
Some big ultimates for Shopify here coming into the game. I think this is around Saundra very likely looking to use that ultimate just when you're playing against, the eco or the half buy really here with a couple of rifles. KO ultimate, very powerful, because how do you spin a thrifty round into a win for TL? Well, utility, strong utility play.
Yeah.
Natchi 1, having the headhunter in hand. That null command shutting all those options down.
And talking utility, I love that dart that KP threw. It lands in the same spot as that bounce dart that a lot of Sovas throw early in main. So that baited out that Viper's pit early from Naxi. I imagine her idea was if it was another fast A hit, she would have saved that ult into the next. But with the possibility of B pressure, she wanted to invest in.
And with the amount of thrifty wins we've seen, why not go for the plays? Here we go, though. Null command actually popped on the opposite end. Or no, that was just the shutdown with the knife. The Sonder has scaled forward. Natchi 1 is able to find the kill. Nothing committed, but Benita's positioning top of sight is perfect to find Daiki, and now sees a couple of guns as well. The Molotov means Natchi 1 has nowhere to go, and Benita stepping up when it matters most and finds a 3K.
20 years of experience. That is 2 more than Daiki has been alive, period. So I think experience may be coming into play a little bit for Benita there. She can still frag on top of it all. And for Team Liquid, fairly locked out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, even the layers Shopify continue to put in with this late mid lurk. Previously it had been Benita, now it's Flowerfold, by the way, coming around the corner to finish off and tie things up here 3-3.
I'm wondering if this is the call for Team Liquid to maybe take that pause. These A hits have been a big struggle for them to shut down.
They've been pretty problematic. Also, surprised, this round looked a little bit challenging, but of course, Daiki trying to get that push forward. I think she was one of the players with the rifle, so just trying to find a fight as the players funneled through that Viper wall. But I think, sort of, with how their setup works, they don't really have a lot of forward utility they can place. They just have that Viper wall on A's, and your options really are, do you push past it or play behind? The option here, push on through.
Yeah, look at this setup. Sage wall up, boost. And TL going for a ride. They'll go fast on this flank, but Benita's aware. Just holding this one, but caught in transition by Daiki.
Daiki shot the body on the ground there too, a little bit. Feeling good on that one. Check out Sonder, though, with this insane push to the back of B site.
She needs this space, and she needs to live, but shut down. She's resable if they trade quickly, but Naxi still entrenched, holding on to this space. And Daiki's support is fantastic with that Sovol. Somehow, Naxi still just dancing this dance. They cannot remove her. And well, for Flowerful, she's now in a 1 versus 5. Her teammate will fall to the ground, and so too will she. A Prime Gaming flawless for TL.
That's what we were waiting for. Well, look at that. I mean, slow play for 3 rounds in a row, get beaten 3 rounds in a row. Well, let's just do a Sage while 3 players zooming up towards Belt. Really like that call from Team Liquid, but not necessarily the most repeatable strategy you can work with here. That works because Shopify had 5 players working over towards B. They were able to bully the 1 flank watch and then get this very quick rotation over.
I would like to see more rounds where they are pushing in those flanks. Shopify Rebellion is a team that does not play those offsite post plants like you were talking about, but you still get so much value on this map by cutting that rotation and being able to push through for your retakes.
Oh yeah, and I think there's ideas you can do over on the B site too, where you sort of use early utility, whether it's a Viper Molly or maybe a KO, stuff like this, early scouting with a knife, and then take forward space in B main so you can quickly push out Garage. But would you look at that, so quick up into mid from Shopify Rebellion.
Oh, but the tour de force is here. Natchi 1 has this angle, and now with the wall cracked open, there's a crossfire with the player in spawn. Even this drone coming around, Shopify is droned. They're stuck in the kitchen.
Daiki loves that drone. We've seen that a couple of times now. Benita trying to come around the corner here, but gets chunked out by the shock dart. Taking the fights, Daiki falls back on 39 HP. Natchi 1 takes KP down and is hanging around for a couple more, make it a 3K. Lori against the world with Flowerful as well, but Bastarda is there to take a couple more, and TL bounce straight on back.
As soon as we thought there was trouble for TL, they reply so well. A fantastic call, a realization of what Shopify is going for, and an instant adaptation. They have the Sage utility there to stall initially, and then the re-flank through mid works to perfection. And it doesn't hurt when Natchi 1 is finding this much value from the chop.
Yeah, I mean, these mid plays are the eternal struggle, I think, for attackers on ICEBOX, because this area between kitchen and snowpile is just so hard to clear through, right?
And I think it does show the prep for Shopify, because that was the weakness of TL yesterday. When Fennel was playing that Omen composition, they were constantly pressuring that space, but Shopify doesn't have those same teleports and things like that. They don't even have anyone who can get on top tube, except for their chamber, to be able to add to that pressure.
Yeah, and good luck having a chamber find a way to get up there with how Daiki's been holding down mid. Her sort of late drones in mid, I think, have been very effective multiple times at catching that out. And that's really important when the only other thing to lock it down is going to be the chamber. It's KP now with the chance to find someone out. not going to accomplish anything.
Yeah, only 2 tags on that drone and neither shot connected. Another attempt at this lurk though from Benita. She will push the chamber off the line. That might call for a rotation.
And Team Liquid don't necessarily know how many players are up in A main, so with a Viper in B, if she's first contact, you say, okay, that's probably the lurk player. You can reasonably make that decision. But the setup now, sort of 2-1-2, Bastarda close over towards screens. They can try to fight on back, but the mid hold is very, very weak. As Sandra gets the knife back, they're prepping ahead.
Knife will land, I believe, onto the Sova player towards that back catwalk, but like he drops into the site. Team Liquid wants to fight this one.
Shopify Rebellion forced into the site now, coming around the corner, pulls off the kill quickly. It will be finished off by KP, but Bastarda is still alive in the backup site. Sonder looking good. Bastarda on the swing around. We'll find another one here. 15 seconds left on the clock, and Shopify Rebellion are split.
Yeah, they're so separated. Benita has a big kill though, but she's walled off. Has to make a dash through the gap. Can she plant? No. Runs out of time. This round is over unless she can kill Naxi. Wait a minute. Time to plant. Naxi should swing this one, and it will be over.
An absolute nail-biter there. Naxi required to get the job done at the end, but it's Bastarda who finds another 3K. And I can't stress this enough. She's had 1 4K and 3 3Ks?
You just don't see it.
What is going on here? Honestly, quiet games 1 and 2, but unreal in these moments. That insane snowball that will never stop for her. What a beast.
This entire year, Brazil has been getting better. The teams have started testing Team Liquid. Now they've been in these situations before. They've been in these moments where games are slipping away from them. And it has been players like Bastarda who found that step up to be able to close those out. Oh, she trapped in front of the wall. They have to commit now with her trapped on the other side there.
Yeah, they want to fight up. This wall may be a bit of a bait. You're not expecting a player to be here, but the drone will find strong information. Shopify Rebellion without a mid-lurk player this time, and actually notice Nachi1's positioning. With the operator posted down in tube, they cannot escape this A site. Shopify Rebellion must fight their way forward, or they are going to run into a world of hurt.
TL will have 4 players ready on this A site. And again, they're passive. They've kind of changed their defense of the A site now. Less aggression. They know that Shopify likes to play on site and fight it. So instead, they're tucking back and then activating off Spike Plant to go for these quick fights on the retake.
Except for Bastarda. She wants to find that first opening kill, then fall back. Also has the null command. So the longer Shopify Rebellion wait, again, this is a team that will be relatively slow. Bastarda can pop that opening kill, instantly hit that stall. The site has been completely stalled.
And those are the calculated risks that Bastarda is so good at flipping. Sure, it's risky to push there to maybe concede a rifle, but the gain of having this null command online is huge.
It is massive. Again, still, operator in mid. 30 seconds on the clock, no time to rotate. It will just be Shopify Rebellion funneling themselves in towards this site. It was a weak buy, saving for the next one for sure for them. We'll see what they can do as they work through this Viper wall. Bastarda is traded on through, but Daiki and DRN in the corner are going to be strong enough to close things on out. Lori picks up a Vandal, but will be finished on off. Team Liquid up to 7, and they will have the advantage going into the second half regardless for the first time today.
No timeout yet from Shopify. They've been kind of banging their head against the wall on this A hit now.
They've just been one after another. They've tempted around mid, and they've liked those late reflanks through mid when they do manage to commit onto the A site. I think perhaps, I mean, one of the more difficult things to deal with, I think, attacking on ICEBOX is going to be a strong operator player. And they know Nachi1 has played B site almost entirely throughout this game. Last round was posted down mid, but I don't think Shopify Rebellion ever got the both teams commit to sort of the pre-patch meta on this map, with the KO still into the swing of things after Shopify actually switched up their comps 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Going back to comfort here, that's something we hadn't mentioned earlier on. Shopify just wait out the dart again. All 5 players on the right side of mid. So this walk up mid once again from Nachi1 after not showing it and supported by the drone just locks them into A.
And a Sage roll up as well. Shopify is a team that we've defined by the mid round. This time they won't have that option. And TL is even set up to double flank if they want.
Key difference here is the stack was not here for Team Liquid, although with 2 mid players you can rotate so quickly back over towards the A side. I think Team Liquid making the right call to bring Naxi over as well. Potentially they could do that because of Naxi1's position.
All about to fall, and DRN ready on the swing. Lori and Sonder out of competition. Only 3 left. They're trapped in main. The shock Motley's good from KP to reply for something, but Wall's back up and Benita gets a kill. Wait a second. This is still doable. 50 seconds for Shopify.
Daiki out Raptor, tempting fate there for a moment, but Shopify Rebellion waiting to push through the wall. Now they scale on forward. Daiki is aware of Benita, finds the first, falls on back, knows a player top site as well. 3 versus 2 now. They're not even going to allow them to plant. Team Liquid continue to scale forward, but the in-game leader of Shopify Rebellion brings it to 2v2.
A huge kill for her. Now it has to be the retake. Daiki and Nachi won. Plant almost destined to come in. The shock dart will damage, but not convert any kill. A dart for both sides. Daiki in close. Are they aware that she's this close, this ready on the swing? Yes. They'll push together instead. Slow from Team Liquid, holding the space, but their opponent is too. Patience on both sides, and the dart broken. The question of this round is Flowerful. Her position could be big. Does the player above her clear? No, Daiki over the top. But she has no idea about Flowerful. She's patient, but it's not enough to win. Team Liquid convert for their 8th.
How many times have we seen Flowerful in these situations where she gets 1 kill shy, and it's the final player of Team Liquid to deliver the death knell there. It is Nachi1 to make it happen. Team Liquid are up to 8, and they have just ridden this wave since the finish of Bind through overtime, and it's DRN to kick things off. While we praise Bastarda throughout this game for having the huge pop-off rounds, the absolute definition of consistency today has been DRN, top performer through all 3 maps, and it starts off with her finding a 2K before this round is won.
8-3 down for Shopify. They were 1 kill, 1 round away from winning this series, and now things are getting so damn difficult. They'll try this time to reassess, hit something towards B, but immediately they're walled off. Again, stalled out by TL.
Shopify consistently have had a very different last round of the half strategy on attack. They've been doing many 5-player hits. This time around, though, it's Benita working through Tube. It was Flowerful solo playing towards A. So breaking this tripwire after showing so much early presence towards B is going to pull the rotate over. Daiki is outside of Kitchen, and it's only 2 players holding A site.
Nachi1 suppressed, but she does not fall away. Holds the angle, instead misses the shot. Could be in trouble now. Suppression there, swing through, but Starter can't hit the shot, and that opens the round for Shopify. The 2 players that needed to step up do, and now it's an advantage by 2.
And just insane that Shopify Rebellion are so consistently able to find that perfect strat in the final round after conditioning their opponents. It works out perfectly, but DRN has a res. No wall, though, makes it so hard, and the positioning on these corpses is just not going to be easy.
Swing from heaven, Flowerful holding it against Shopify with these post plants on the site. KP a dart. They can use that to activate, push through, and with the res through, feels like the onus is on them to make something happen. Wall broken, Lori swinging damage and a kill, but it's Sonder in close who's gonna do a bit more. 2 kills already. She'll go behind, wrap the world around, and Bastarda this time cannot make magic.
We're waiting, and Saunders shows up in the final round, a 3K after Shopify Rebellion just do a dance around Team Liquid, and yet they trail by for the largest difference we have had heading into the second half, and it's Team Liquid in the lead.
For Shopify now, they need a comeback. They need a pistol round in the second half to try and pull this one through. So much on the line for them in this second half, but for Team Liquid, they have got to feel reinvigorated.
Those second round pistols have been evading them throughout here for Team Liquid.
We'll send it over the desk, see what they have to say before the series concludes.
Thank you very much, Mimi.
Round 7. So on this round, they actually finally tried taking back the space. They sent 3 over with the Sage Wall to aggress in that A main. 4, sorry, I forgot to see the KO there. And Viper's just sitting on that B side. They get the pick on Benita, and that is such an important pick because that's their controller. And just like that, they have all the info. They have the amazing retake. The Viper sitting on site, gets the kill on KO, absolutely denies them from taking the space into that spawn area so they can kind of react in a way to help themselves. And just this entire round was just literally flawless.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And Team Liquid did such a fantastic job at forcing Shopify Rebellion to go A.
Shopify Rebellion only lost 2 defensive rounds on this map versus Guild. Yes, down 8-4, but you gotta like their odds after something like that. Already 3 players pushing out into B. That's the idea, but Naxi is here. The swing comes on through. Can Naxi find a second? She cannot. KP shuts her down.
And they don't commit to the multi-flank now, but Team Liquid will commit into the site. They have space on A. It's going to be the retake for Shopify.
Bonita looked for a little bit of damage there. Instead, takes some herself. Plant will come through, and noting the post-plant util, Daiki does have double shock darts, but I think they're going to stick on the site. Lori also has wall, either to block off Maze or potentially to get in front of that spike. They find the first kill to open things up. This looks great for Shopify.
She won. What an angle! Flowerful ready for it. She is stepping up. Can they
There's the
convert?
wall.
The wall's up. The defuse is coming. KP is holding.
It's a full
There's
stick.
nothing they can do. Bonita's just going to hold this one down, and DRN is unable to contest.
DRN just stuck there behind the wall. No admission from Shopify Rebellion, and Shopify Rebellion needed this. Coming out of halftime, putting together a pistol round win within 3.
And Team Liquid won't be tempted into a force this time. This is Shopify's opportunity to build into this half. They're very good at defense on this map.
We were asking, when are the players of Shopify Rebellion going to step up, get up there? They're getting rowdy on stage. You gotta love that. But also Flowerful finding a couple of huge kills to open up the retake. One of the best tools at stifling attacker aggression is going to be that chamber up. On top of Yellow for now with the Bulldog, finds the early damage. D peaks, but all eyes on Flowerful. I think Sonder as well, absent until round 12. To turn this game around for Shopify.
Taiki somehow finds Lori there, and Flowerful actually has to concede that Spectre, so that's something for TL. They might be able to get a plant out of this.
I think they just may. DRN has wall. Can just commit that. Yeah, the slanted wall does come through. Planted tucked in close to the wall, so no option for a reflank there. DRN just narrowly able to tuck in and squeeze on through, but Bonita quick on the flank.
If she dies here, that could be the change for Team Liquid. That could be the way back in. Bonita on the swing wins the duel she needed. Now staying alive, keeping the pressure up. Her priority TP back straight into the maw of Bonita. She'll take another. And Saunders wrapped all the way back through this retake. Excellent out of Shopify. It's only Daiki. Has a shock dart, has a Spectre, does not have HP at their position noted, and Saunders sticking. She should not be able to shut this one down, as Shopify lessen the gap to 2.
But here comes the real challenge. Team Liquid with rifles ready to come on in, and Bastarda. Oh my god, the first half, she was insane. She's gonna be one of the players taking those opening fights on the KO. That's the role you fill for the team, and look, Shopify Rebellion, they have been strong, but with the individual performance level of Bastarda, and now with a rifle in hand, she is just a force to be reckoned with.
And it's a difficult role to play on that attacking side. We saw the woes that Sonder had on that first half, but if Bastarda can keep up, it's a big win condition for Team Liquid.
Slow orb lineup sent on out through the top of A site. But interestingly enough, Daiki is over towards the B site and actually finds a big opening kill. And I think Daiki may end up using a drone here potentially to try and sell a fake, see if there's a chamber on the angle. Oh, they saw the chamber down mid. That got shut down instantly from Naxi, and there's going to be that late drone. You can see the 2 players over by Kitchen from Shopify Rebellion not necessarily convinced by that just yet, but the wall did go down.
So SR will be safer to lean a little bit towards A here, but they're actually more dedicated to the retake because they do have this chamber trip here. Well, excuse me, the chamber's dead. It's not going to do anything now. It's that Bonita has picked up that role.
Yeah. Just waiting for the cycle of cooldowns again, right around a minute to 50 seconds. That's where those 40-second recharge timers on the CDs will be there. Daiki finds the kill onto Bonita. Bastarda can flash her way through the wall, just rip open this site. KP completely exposed, and Bastarda is not done yet. A 2K here as Team Liquid sweeping past Shopify.
Just Lori, just a Guardian. 2 shots, no more ammo though. Nothing gonna happen.
I swear Bastarda can only get 3 kills or more. Like, it is just uncanny. Up to 21 now, the 3K to close out the round.
The stat of her amount of multi-kills has got to be insane again this game.
I mean, I just, you never see anything like that. The reaction speed out of Daiki, too. I mean, what a play out of her. Everyone knows she is absolutely fantastic. You actually hear stories of, I mean, legends from the CS community like Fallen actually praising Daiki on social media, saying she's absolutely cracked. You can't underestimate her. And now on the international stage too, a chance to prove that she belongs to one of the top 3 Game Changers teams in the world. That would be a win here against Shopify Rebellion.
It would be huge for her. For Shopify too, they're facing an ever-increasing slope, just their eco on this round. But for that next rifle round, they've done a great job of farming up these orbs, of getting themselves close to some of those big win conditions. It's feasible that Flowerful, Benita could have those online coming into the next.
Nachi1 really wants someone to peek against her. Yeah, look at that! Waiting for the jump peek from back, but they're not going to be prepared for the positioning of Flowerful. You see Flowerful got right up in the cubby here. Only 2 bullets in this Sheriff, and Daiki is there. That's going to cause the whole rotation to come back from TL. They dropped this Viper wall earlier on into the round, so as soon as those 2 picks come in, the site belongs to them.
If there's a word of the day for Team Liquid, it is patience.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so good at getting an opening kill and just waiting, letting Shopify make another move, and they've won so many rounds because of it.
Enemy remaining.
I think it's almost like the biggest difference is like the patience from Team Liquid and just being, and Bastarda.
Great flash, by the way, from Bastarda. It's so much more difficult to get value out of that piece of utility
Yes.
with new KO, and she's doing an excellent job at it.
She absolutely has been up to 23 kills now. I can't stop looking at the bottom left corner of my screen. She's just too insane as the Prime Gaming Flawless came in. I think the setups, too, have been really unique from Team Liquid, really mixing things up. Whereas Shopify Rebellion, their attack a little bit static until that last round. They were just sort of 5-player grouping, something that's been a pattern of theirs on the attacking side.
Sure.
They seem to have definitely the same ideas carry map to map, whether it's on their attack, grouping together on defense, sort of leaving Flowerful on an island. And now that Flowerful has the operator again on an island, a sole A-site player, it's so important that she finds the opening kills, because I think last map on defense, after having an insane attacking half, Flowerful just didn't find a lot of opening frags. She was pushed off of corners with utility and just guessing the wrong sites. And again, TL moving counter to where she is.
But that does mean they're walking in towards the heavier side of this map. Although there won't be any utility for SR side. It's only spam to delay, and Lori gets a huge kill there, playing past the Viper wall up top. Then Nachi1, drone's coming through. They should reveal her now. She's able to break it first. So Shopify, a familiar situation. Player up, retake,
Oh, no.
but they want
Oh,
to take
no.
these fights. What a util combo. Both the KO nade and the Viper Molly in conjunction delete DRN.
Shopify Rebellion's utility usage throughout this series has just been next level. I think that was the biggest difference on the first 2 maps between these 2 teams. So thorough in their utility, and now looks like Team Liquid have to call Naxi back to join the team. She was just on flank watch, holding down Garage, making sure Benita wasn't going to find another lurk, but she is required in a 2v4.
And look at this setup. When that wall is up, Saunders the first contact. Benita can swing off of that, and the shock darts can come through off of that as well. And when the wall's down, it's the inverse. Really great work in these late rounds from Shopify, but they do still have to convert. Players up, and Daiki finds a huge kill there. Onto Benita. Plant will be able to make it through, but they're being held for. How does that happen? Naxi finds 2. Viper's Pit is rewarded.
With an
and now
off-
Flowerful. How does she make this work?
She almost has to pick up a gun, but that would require making noise. Daiki and Naxi know exactly where she is. Wait, no, they turned around the wrong direction for just a moment. Flowerful taking her time, and Daiki with the 3K. How do they do it? Naxi removes both players from Snowman. What a shot!
That round might just be the game. That was the round where Shopify was building their comeback. But it doesn't happen. A player up situation. A solid hold on the spike. But Daiki and Naxi, some way.
You just go back and count the heartbreak moments, whether it was bind with the Seekers or even before then, right? Remember that round where they just timed out on the attack?
Yeah.
It was a thrifty win because
They would have
Shopify
won
just
that
never
map if
planned.
not for that round.
They literally would have won that map if not for that. And now, up 4 versus 2, the individual players, round to round, stepping up, whether it's Bastarda, Naxi, Daiki. Look, a miserable position to be in when you were going to win the series 2-0.
We've seen these rounds come through, but it hasn't really been Shopify the one to convert. So many of these ecos have been Team Liquid winning them.
Well thought through from TL, the Shock Dart and Molly lineup, because Flowerful was just one off of the ultimate. They were expecting her to look to press forward and get an orb to have that one. There's a chance she can find it in B main and have it for the late round, which could be pivotal for Shopify Rebellion to win this thrifty.
Natchi1 up top. Does she want to fight in off of this drone? Absolutely. Benita stuck in the open. Daiki again with these drones, and Natchi1 with the entries.
Even committing the Resurrect into the play too, saying there is absolutely 0% chance we will give this round up. We are going to 12. Team Liquid have just made an insane turnaround from the end of buying to now. And every single round, a different player to step up from Team Liquid. Natchi1 removed by Lori, but DRN immediately prepared to trade the kill through.
And there's just no way Flowerful can win this one. No chance. Team Liquid, 12-6. Long awaited was this chance, this opportunity to go international for them. So long they have been grinding things out in Brazil. They've been practicing here in Europe, and the work is showing.
Came here to practice a couple of times in the year. You know what, Mimi? They came this time around to win the whole damn thing. One more round sends them to the top 3. One more series win after that, top 2. And another, the finals.
They are so close. And Shopify, they are the last hurdle. Natchi1 already up tube.
Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no tripwire here. So quick on this push. We have not seen Team Liquid do this. KP up and above, but Natchi1 takes her down. 4 versus 5. And the positioning of Benita could not be worse. She is stranded on this B site. Although Natchi1 TPs out, decides not to commit into the pinch. TL know they have the numbers advantage, although it gets equalized with the res.
And that's huge, because KP has the Hunter's Fury online. Denial of plant is big for this team.
So big. So is Benita's position. Front yellow, they're wrapping around on both sides. Benita, what can she do? Absolutely nothing. 45 again.
It's Pack into a disadvantage. That Hunter's Fury comes through. Can they convert? Slow orb through. Naxi trying to swing. She'll tuck in this close corner. There's no way you expect a player this deep. Shopify
Hunter's
still
Fury.
unable to stop. Lori finds one. Spike carrier on the ground, dropping in. Naxi is there. She's ready. Natchi1, one of her own. KP, Flowerful. Can they do anything here? It's a tour de force, it's a chance. Flowerful trying to make heroics, trying to make a moment. KP, one of her own. It's 2 versus 2.
They can get the res. They can get the res. 20 seconds left on the clock. The spike hasn't been planted. It all comes together for Shopify Rebellion. Backs against the wall.
Daiki again. 10 seconds left. Spike on her back. She needs to plant. She needs an opportunity. She's been given one. Trade not there. 5 seconds. This one's over. Shopify stay in it.
How on earth? I mean, what a round from Shopify Rebellion, still alive throughout it all. But 5 more repeat wins required. They've got to put together a streak of their own. I mean, the forward positioning from Team Liquid, just the guts to make that decision, fight their way forward onto the site. It doesn't matter though, because Flowerful and KP, that combination instantly spins the round around on its head.
And Team Liquid still has money. They've built themselves a luxurious potion.
Oh, yeah.
5 rounds, 5 opportunities. And SR so worse for wear. Not only do they need to be winning these rounds, but they need to do it relatively cleanly. Relying on the scrappiness of that round previous will not work 5 rounds straight.
Lori and Benita very far forward towards the B side. Actually, Benita falls back and just abandons Lori. Back yellow, she has the wall, which would be so important for a retake onto the site, and yet she's in a one and done position. Maybe she can try to wall herself out if the spacing is poor from Team Liquid, but they have been solid on that front throughout the last 2 days.
Just patient, waiting for their utility to become available, waiting for the Viper cycle, and waiting for the opportunity. Natchi1, this has been her map, and now it has to be the Bulldog again. Benita forced off of the line, and Cylinder down. Bastarda keeps it going, and only 3 left. Shopify, another miracle is requisite.
Natchi1 gonna go for the peak, almost finds the head of KP. That would have ended the game right then and there.
And they just can't deny the plant. Spike is ticking, Tour de Force is holding, and Shopify is struggling. A reflank, even an opportunity to come into this late round.
It's not planted for a ring flank though, so that could be a problem potentially for them. The first kill comes in, the second, it all falls to pieces.
KP alone, the IGL, but it's a 1 versus 5. It's an impossibility, and TL knows it. They are holding strong. They have come back from so much. A miracle on map 2, a dominant map 3. Team Liquid in the top 3.